And welcome back one more time, everybody, to the Dimas Wine Shop and Tasting Room video for the week of May 31st. My favorite tasting by far of the year, and my favorite time is blind tasting. So I am going to show you guys next week how to do blind tasting, but the reason we're doing this is because we really want to get everybody pumped up for this. But I should mention Happy Memorial Weekend to everybody too. I hope all of you had a good time. So this week for blind, we'll be tasting 6 wines. The good news is that it's multiple choice. We will be providing you with descriptions, so this way you're not just really kind of stabbing in the dark. So really what you'll need to do is match the wine that you're sipping to the description, and if you can do that, then chances are you're going to be able to get the wine. But don't be intimidated. This one here is really for anybody, because I think if you do really well at this, then you can say, oh, okay, I can really take this to the next level and come to the class, which is a bit more serious, next week. Or if you don't do well at all, then you can say, I need to go brush up some skills and figure this out, and then you still come to class next week. So either way, there's no reason why you shouldn't be there. For whoever does the best, like let's say if we can get people that do 5 out of 6 on the tastings, because we'll be doing 6 wines on the blind. If you can get 5 out of 6, you'll get your name you'll get your picture on Facebook, and you'll get all the kind of bragging rights that very few people get here during this week. Like I said, anyone can do it. Just have fun, and just remember to swirl, sniff, sip, and just take and trust your gut, because the important thing is if you overthink it, you're gonna get it wrong. So enjoy this week, guys. All right, and so for next week we start our class, and I'm gonna tell you what's different about the class next week versus this week's tasting. But for next week, let's focus on next week. I'm going to show you more like what competitive tasting is like, okay? And we're going to learn how well, there isn't going to be any multiple choice. It's all done through deductive tasting or through deductive reasoning, which that's all about answering a series of questions. You go down the line and you practice it. You do it the same way every single time. And by answering those questions in your head, we're going to be doing them out loud. But by doing it in your head, you can eventually learn how to eliminate what it's not, so that you can make somewhat of a pretty decent guess on what it is. But it's important to filter out what it's not. So that's what deductive tasting is all about. We'll be tasting some components on the first week. The first week, because remember it's a 4-week program, and the first week I'm going to show you exactly what components taste like: vanilla, cooked cherries, fresh strawberries. We'll be spending some time doing that, and then we will go into some blinds. But where we really start, and that's important because that's your launching pad for the following week. The following week, really, we jump right into blinds, and we'll be doing it over and over. You'll be getting 3 whites, 3 reds, going through the blinds, through the deductive reasoning, and what the eventual goal is for you to be able to call those wines. Even if you just call the varietal, but the eventual goal is to call varietal, region, and in some cases a plot of land. All right, that's the goal. It's $25 for members, $30 for none. Remember, it starts June 6th. We start at 6:30. Sometimes we go till 8, 9 o'clock. We're not going to put an end time to it. We're just going to have fun with it, and we're going to taste. And I'm also going to give you some tips, so stay tuned. And just a few tips. When you're tasting wine I probably wouldn't chew gum. I wouldn't brush my teeth right before getting here. That mintiness will really mask the flavors of the nuances of the wine. And I'd probably stay away from real flavorful food or real spicy food, only because that's all you're going to be able to taste. But I've got something here in my glass, and always remember to swirl, sniff, and sip. And this is a great wine, but I'm not going to tell you what's in here. You're going to have to figure it out on your own. We'll see you next week.